Good morning, Texas.
Live.
Good morning, Louisiana. We are live on Smart Money Culture TV, coming to you really every day, twice a day. I know you want us a third time a day. I'm working on it. I'm working on an afternoon show. Now that we're not doing Annie, we'll see. Maybe we can pull it off. Annie was taking a lot of time.
Yeah, pretty cool that you did that.
Oh, it was really fun. It was really fun. I would definitely do it again. It was a great experience for the girls. And it also, I think, made me even more of a performer.
Oh, there you go. You got to believe in yourself.
You got to believe in yourself. Speaking of believing in yourself, I wonder if Biden will Biden believe in himself tonight.
I don't know. They said that he's going to pull out the same speech he made the last two times.
Are they going to put him in the whole red background, I wonder?
Dun, dun.
Dun, dun. Here he is, the king of the Third Reich, or the Dark Lord, or what's the Star Wars one?
The dark side.
the Lord Vader. It's Lord Biden. We have to get rid of these MAGA Republicans. They're ruining everything.
Yeah.
It's the biggest problem that we have. MAGA Republicans.
Those people that think for themselves.
That's why the National Guard is deployed in Texas and New York City. It's MAGA Republicans.
Yeah. It's so funny when he blames other people, and he's got the head honcho spot.
He really doesn't know anything. He's just like, he's so whatever. He just has no idea. He is past his prime, and that's putting it nicely. I'm not sure what his prime was really back in the day. Markets are doing really nicely. Markets are looking good. We got the Dow. The Dow is up. Let me just see here. Google. The Dow. Got to make sure they pump the markets before the SOTU, right? State of the Union. SOTU.
Yeah, they got to see if they can check any boxes and make themselves appropriate.
It's okay. Everything's up. See down here. See, it's all fine, guys.
Yeah, it's fine. Now that
fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
They put people in the subway stations with those assault rifles to make sure
everything's fine. Yeah, let's look at that. Actually, I'll go back to the markets here. NYC. So I have friends here that are visiting. They had to go to some of the places here. And you see this tab?
I see the DC. Tab?
Yeah. Here we are. Okay. So, and like, well, of course, this is the other thing I want to talk about. Now, first National Guard troops deployed throughout NYC. Now the federal police are deploying security fences around the Capitol. Is the FBI planning some sort of crisis that could justify canceling the presidential election? Well, I mean, yes, probably, right. But here's the deal. They never really took away the barricades. Everyone just got used to them. But that's not how it used to be.
Right.
Readers added context. They thought people might want to know the security fences around the Capitol are erected in preparation of the State of the Union address. Well, yeah, no crap. He knows that. All right. So anyway, but here's look at this. This is like New York City right here.
Yeah. In the land of no discrimination, they decide to discriminate, point people out.
Well, I mean, there's a number of things here to unpack. I mean, number one, okay, it's like they take you you remove through COVID policies and high taxes and everything else, you remove a lot of the good people. I shouldn't say good. A lot of people with the money and everything out of New York. Empty buildings everywhere. You make the police force really, I mean, who would want to be a police guy in New York City? Then you bring in mass amounts of migrants. And like I said, I don't blame them. I don't blame anybody for wanting to come to the U.S. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. But then you bring all those people in, and these people, they have no jobs. They have really no way of working. They're just getting handouts from the government. That's how they're surviving. They're either living in a hotel, whatever. They're getting catered food. I mean, it costs a lot of money. But, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think it's like a vacation. You know what I mean? Now, I think it could be kind of like a vacation for a young guy. You know, I mean, you're in your 20s. You're like some of these young guys coming over here, and you don't care. I mean, what's it to you? You're teens, your late teens, your early 20s, or your 20s, or even your early 30s. And especially if you're a man, whatever. You're there in New York City. You can rough it, right? Have a good time, whatever. But, you know. So anyway, you bring all these people in. And then, of course, mayhem ensues. Because you have all these people, even if you're giving them free money, people have natural needs. They want to have a family. Everybody all around the world, they all want to have the same things. They want to have a family. They want safety. And they want safety and money and that for their future generations. Everybody all around the world, they want the same thing. That's what they want. And so you have a bunch of young guys. And they're been over here 10 to 20 million, okay, by any estimate, really. 10 to 20 million people have been brought here or came here illegally, like could even be more, since January 6, 2021, since Biden took office. So, of course, they're going to want to get ahead. Well, how in the world are these guys ever going to have a family? How are they ever going to find a wife? If they don't have some way to get ahead, they're not going to find some wife just on the government dole. So they're going to try to do things. What are those things that they can do? Well, they can deal drugs, right? I'm not saying that they are. I'm just saying those are things they can do. They can deal drugs. They can do other types of side hustles. They can do other type of illicit activity. Those are ways that they can get ahead. Now, there's other ways, of course, that they can get ahead too. Let's hope that they go that way. But you're not talking about a ton of opportunity here at this juncture. It's not like a ton of opportunity. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is a bit hard to find a job under the table. And in the meantime, it's also relatively hard to find a job. And why would you get a job when you get paid for not working?
Well, that's the other part of it, right? So then you create this whole kind of sub-economy that doesn't want a job. They don't want a job because then that'll cancel their benefits. Oh, more than likely, right? I mean, if they go and they get a job, and it's not like getting a job these days is the end all be all, and that's all you're ever going to do the rest of your life. You get a job, it might last 6 months. It might last a year. I don't know. But it's not like, it's like it used to be.
Then you're in your job. You're in your job 40 hours a week, and it takes all your time away.
Well, I mean, that's the other thing. And now, never mind traveling. So that's the big scam, too. I mean, the whole working thing is total scam. So you're supposed to work 40 hours a week. So it's 8 hours a day, right? Not including lunch, where you're at work, too. And then you've got to figure, I mean, I don't know. I'm here in the D.C. area, so you got to figure, an hour at least, or 2 hours of travel. You got to figure 2 hours of travel. So you're worried that's 10 hours. That's 11 hours, including lunch, right? Am I doing the math right? I was never really.
I don't know.
I was never really a wage slave. It's hard to do math on the air. But point is that you only have 12 hours is half of your day. So if you're spending 10 hours of it, of your waking day, and that's just crazy. We're going on to commercials on Smart Money Culture TV. Thanks for joining us on Smart Money Culture TV. We're going to be right back on the other side of this commercial break. It is crazy. The National Guard are in NYC, and they are putting up their in DC. I'll just take the clickbait. Make sure to follow David and I. David is Sir David Porter on X. I am Networks Manager. Make sure to follow us. We put out a lot of different content here. This is our preferred platform, other than, of course, Smart Money Culture TV broadcast. You think there is something coming besides SOTU? So, I mean, like I said, what are these guys supposed to do? So now we have them. They're here. We have 10 to 20 million people.
Mm-hmm.
It's really 20. They were saying it was 15 like 6 months ago, and then they said, "Oh no, it's really 8," and then it climbed back up to 10. Whatever number they give you guys, you can pretty much double it.
Oh yeah.
General rule of thumb. It could be more than 20. And those are the ones that registered. Those don't include all the guys that just snuck across and never registered. Now, of course, we have such a police state that we have cameras all over the place.
Yeah, they don't want to utilize those, though.
I know, not for these guys. They'll utilize them for us, but not those guys. No. No. So Biden is he's going to do his State of the Union tonight. What do you think he's going to say, David?
He's going to say the same exact thing that he said the last 2 times.
What's that?
Well, if you go and watch, he said the exact same thing the second time that he said on the first time.
So he's going to say that everything's great and every other thing is the MAGA Republicans' fault.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Let's get the facts straight.
What is Joe Biden going to say in the State of the Union speech tonight? I haven't watched any of his speeches.
No, come on, man. How can you?
It's impossible.
Sweden joined NATO. I guess that's recent news.
That's some news. Sweden joined NATO. That is news. Of course, Russia has promised that they're going to respond militarily to that.
Yeah. I don't think they will.
Sweden and NATO have been Sweden and Russia have been fighting for over 1,000 years. Most people don't know that. 5 steps to communism. All right, wait. We're talking a little bit about Joe Biden's State of the Union. All right, so State of the Union. I think he's going to go out there. He has to talk about Trump, and he has to talk about the opposition. I don't think he has any choice. He has to go out there.
He wants anybody to watch.
Right. Well, that's what I always tell people. The media and everybody is in big trouble if Trump doesn't win, because they're all going to lose a ton of money. They're going to lose money. I have Biden blocked, but let me see if I can see what he's saying. I think he's going to say that the Republicans are a threat to our democracy. even though we're a constitutional republic. Let's see what Marjorie says about it.
What are you watching here? Are you watching something?
Oh, did I not add it? Thank you. Thank you for telling me.
You added.
Oh, I got the wrong tab. There we
I just
go.
want to show you guys that when the government wants. Hey everyone, I just wanted to show you all that in the dark of night last night, they erected the fence around the Capitol in preparation of the State of the Union, while the Biden administration refuses to secure our southern border. So I just want to show you guys that when the government wants security, they're able to do it in the middle of the night, but they refuse to do it for the American people. And it's absolutely outrageous. Our border security is the number one issue in the nation to every American, not just Republicans, but Democrats as well. And this comes just a few weeks after the horrific murder of Laken Riley, a beautiful 22-year-old nursing student in Georgia from the University of Georgia, who just wanted to be a nurse because she wanted to help people. But Americans are dying every single day. We have 300 Americans dying every day from fentanyl overdoses. This is drugs that come across our southern border into our country. They're made in Mexico by the Mexican cartels with fentanyl from China. But Americans are also victims from illegal alien crime, not just murders like Laken Riley, but actual crime. We're seeing it in every single city across the country. Now, tonight, Joe Biden is coming into the Capitol for the State of the Union. The State of the Union that matters to Americans is Laken Riley. The State of the Union that matters to Americans is our border security. The State of the Union that matters to Americans is the fact that inflation has gone up so fast and so high that it's crushing regular Americans. They're having trouble affording food. They're having trouble affording their bills. They're having trouble affording gasoline. The State of the Union today in America is pitiful. And it's all because of overspending from Congress year after year. And it's because this government, the federal government, is more focused on foreign countries' borders than our own border. So I just wanted you guys to see right here. Here's the fence they were able to build in the middle of the night while they refused to build a wall and seal America's border for America's security.
I mean, I don't feel like anybody's planning on going there, but could be wrong.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. I mean, I don't think that there's many Patriots planning on going there. I don't think they're going to have any big protests or anything like that. I think actually, you know who the wall is for?
Tell us.
Yeah, the wall is for the people protesting the Israel war.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
And that's really both sides. I know one side thinks that, oh, we have to support Israel or whatever. I hear that, even though the state of Israel is not the same Israel from 2,000 years ago. Okay, guys, there can be another state of Israel, but this state of Israel is, you don't have to agree with what they're saying, and you can still be okay. But anyway, point is, they're worried about the Israeli war protesters. They're not worried. They're going to blame it on the MAGA Republicans.
Right?
Yeah.
It's messed up.
Yeah. But that's what they're worried about.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what. Somebody just put this up on their Mario. Mario and I know each other from our crypto days. And this is messed up, man. This is messed up. Let me just find it real quick. This is an actual video from what I understand of what they're doing. And this is them just killing a bunch of people. I mean, and you see there's nobody even firing. This is in Gaza.
Jeez, man. Yeah, they destroyed that entire city area there.
I don't care who you
I
are,
think
man. I don't like watching that stuff.
No, I think there's like 45,000 dead already.
It's horrible, guys. It's horrible. And the U.S. arms them. We pay for the U.S. pays for everything, and you know that's gonna. I think it's gonna come back to bite us. That's what I think. Okay, let's see here. But I thought that was an interesting. That's an interesting. I don't know if they really wanted that one to get out. I mean, they're all just celebrating the. You see, there's no return fire or anything. They're just annihilating the area there. Anyway, Biden fears America more than illegals invading our border and knows walls and fences work. Walls for me. Let me look at
Right
this.
now, as we speak, Washington is erecting a fence around the Capitol in anticipation of Biden's State of the Union tomorrow. Not a fence around the border, a fence around Biden, who thinks he needs protection from you while he doesn't provide protection from them. Now, this fence is a sinister symbol to stigmatize half the country's dangerous to justify his crackdown. Even though we outnumber them, they're powerful and will overwhelm you with shame from now until November. They'll call you names, treat you like ogres, threaten your job, your family, your status. This will be an all-out war by Biden's alliance against the American people in the name of saving democracy, which is the most cynical part of this. They'll try to separate you from your senses, your instincts, from your conscience. You know what's right and wrong, but they'll get in between you and your heart, and they'll make you doubt it. This election will not be about policy. That's the last thing they want it to be. It'll be a blood sport, the ugliest campaign in American history. Now, usually it's the politician who gets destroyed, but now they're targeting you. So prepare yourself and stay strong. Presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Messy, bro. It's messy. It gets messy.
Right.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely. Walls for thee. Walls for me, but not for thee.
Right.
It's almost, guys, it's almost like they did it on purpose. It's almost
Well, they
like
are
they did it on-
skilled. They are skilled at these tactics.
They are skilled at these tactics, 100%. They know how to break apart a country. CIA has been breaking apart countries since their inception. They've only been around since, I think, 56 or something like that, around 1950, somewhere around there. Need to be closed. Of course, John F. Kennedy said he was going to close them, and most people believe that the CIA killed Kennedy. Pretty much.
I think that was declassified.
I think it's, yeah, I just didn't want to say it on the air. I do think it is declassified. CIA killed Kennedy. As well, Martin Luther King.
Okay.
As well, the other Kennedys. As well. I mean, this is out of control agency that we have. Completely, utterly out of control. Oh yeah, boy, they're really going on and on here about the fences. Let's look at. I mean, everybody's pretty upset about these fences here.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, the State of the Union is here tonight. President Biden will be giving his presentation at the United States Capitol, and he'll be protected by this fence just put in today for him. But yet he will not put up a wall on the southern border to protect Americans. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, the State of the Union is here tonight.
I mean, it's pretty
President
easy
Biden.
to criticize.
It's pretty easy to criticize. I just wish that Trump would pick Tucker as his VP.
Where's Tucker? He's like enjoying his time abroad. Needs to get back
Tucker
on the
made
air.
like $100 million since he left Fox.
He's like, this is nice.
Is he even back in the U.S. yet? They said they might arrest him.
Yeah, I wouldn't go back if I was him.
I wouldn't go back for a while. I'd be like,
Maybe if Trump gets in office.
I think Trump is going to get in office. I don't think that they can stop him. Actually, they can easily stop him. I don't think they're going to. We'll see what happens. CNN anchor left stunned when Goldmother mom says that Biden has never reached out to her family of the daughter's mom. He's often called the consular in chief. Does he talk? He does talk to families who've loved lost ones. Have you experienced that from him?
You have been critical of how President Biden has talked about the withdrawal from Afghanistan. Tomorrow, he's going to be addressing a lot of global issues, probably in his State of the Union address. What do you want to hear from him about the 2 years ago, what happened to your daughter-in-law?
I want to hear how he's going to strengthen our armed forces and support them and answer our questions and lead to a thorough investigation like they promised so that we can move forward in a positive way and make it better.
President Biden, he's often called the consoler in chief. He does talk to families who have lost loved ones because of his own experiences. Have you experienced that from him as you've been coping with the death of Nicole?
No.
Have you spoken to him?
No, he has not reached out to our family. We've actually reached out to the White House and have never heard back. We asked to meet with them to kind of understand where their thinking was in calling this a success, and we've not received a response. It's been months. No, that's not been our experience at all.
Sorry to hear that. Chairman McCall, my understanding is that you have a hearing coming up in about 2 weeks.
I mean,
Yeah.
You know, he calls whoever they tell him to call. Not to make it any better. Americans are forced to live under Biden agenda every day. Scalise says. This is Scalise. They are sick of paying more for everything, sick of tragedies, open border causes, and sick of being put last.
People remember how good things were when Donald Trump was president. You know, we had a healthy economy. We had a secure and closed border. We had energy security. Our friends around the world, by the way, knew we had their backs, and our enemies weren't running roughshod over our friends because they didn't know what might happen if they attacked us or our friends around the world. That's not the case today on any of those fronts. And I think there are a lot of people that have buyer's remorse who voted for Joe Biden. So you're seeing Donald Trump's coalition grow. Not just Republicans, you're seeing Democrats, African Americans, Hispanics. His numbers, President Trump's, are growing in a lot of different places. And I think it's going to continue to grow till November because people are fed up with the direction under Joe Biden, but they also remember how good things were under Donald Trump. And we need to get our country back on track. And nobody can do that better than Donald Trump. People remember how good things were when Donald Trump was president. You know, we had a healthy economy. We had a secure and closed border.
I think, I mean, people are pretty fed up with, I mean, of course, the inflation is through the roof. I decided actually yesterday that what I'm going to start doing, I might do Joe Biden and want. I might do a segment because, okay, so I went over and I was going to buy a beer. I think, whatever I had going on, I think the girls were dancing or something. And I just looked at the beer prices, and normally I'll drink wine these days. And so I was just looking at it, and like a 6 or a 12 pack of Bud Light, and I know Bud Light, you know, turn you into a woman or whatever, but a 6-pack of Bud Light used to cost like $9.99 or something, right? I mean, you know, you go back further, and of course it was even less. But it used to cost, let's just say $10 to make it easy, okay? And now a 6-pack of Bud Light, which is like, I think most people can agree, it's not even like that great of a beer, okay? But a 6-pack of a 12-pack, a 12-pack A 12-pack of Bud Light, the same 12-pack of Bud Light, now costs $21.
Yeah, it's insane.
I think what we should do so that people understand is we put the $9.99 price on it. So here's your $10 price and your $11 in tax.
Yeah. There
Stop
you go.
paying it. Stop paying it. And when I say stop paying it, so then I got to thinking a little bit more about that too, right? So when I say stop paying it, there is something that you can do. And that is you can get involved in the monetary revolution. And when I talk about that, I'm not, it's like, oh, how do I do that or this and that and the other? And I know Bitcoin's already sky high, right? It may go a lot higher, so it's all relative. But the deal is, guys, that you can, let's just take our blockchain, David. Let's look at ours. Okay. We have an old proof of work chain that can't be seized, it can't be frozen, it can't be taken by court order. And if you put your dollars into that, and I'm not saying do it, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm just now making an equation for you. Okay. But if you put your dollars in, and we got enough people involved, okay, to do it. If you put your dollars instead in Gold Boost, and it could be another one too, okay, then you could be in you would in effect not be paying that tax because there's a very limited supply. The price would probably go up. And I say probably, and I know this is I'm trying to keep myself out of trouble here too. Okay. And then in effect, when you went to go buy the beer, you wouldn't be paying the tax. Because just like with Bitcoin and with everything else in this new form of money that you may have missed the train on, I get it. Your money would be gaining value because the US dollar is crashing. I'll try to figure a better way to explain it for everybody because people need to understand it. Why does Bud Light cost double?
Well, they're also sucking the wealth out of the more developed countries, and you're paying more for your medications and really all products across the board. And it doesn't really make sense other than they know that they can take it from you.
Well, that's a really good point because they are sucking the money out of the U.S. in particular, but Europe, the countries that have the money, it literally costs like $15 to make your iPhone.
Yeah.
You pay $1,500 for it. We had we had a video we played yesterday, and of course it had a Mexican kid, young guy, and he said, "You guys think that we're poor. You're poor. You don't own anything. All you do is work all the time. You have no time off, and you work so that you can have, you can retire one day for the last 10 years of your life."
If that. Usually you're going to need some governmental services.
Right. And then you can't even leave your home to your kids without it getting taxed to Kingdom Come. You can't even leave what you worked for your whole life to your kids. You can't, they don't let you. They don't let you. Now, there's ways around it. That's what the wealthy do. But let's face it, most people don't know that. And so this slave it continues, and every new generation has to again work their entire life.
Yeah. And you might hear about it, but it's taking that action on what you can do before Father Time comes and creeps up on you.
Yes. Slavery. How does the deep state keep everyone as a wage slave? That's one of the biggest scams of all time, really. Everybody has to work. You got to go to work. You work, and again, 40 hours per week is really 45 or 50 because you have to travel and all that other stuff. It's not like you just open up your computer at home.
No.
So, yeah. I mean, how many hours are people awake a week? How many hours are people awake per week? Approximately 168 hours. So, oh no, when you think about it, there's only 168 hours in the week. If you sleep 8 hours, 56 sleeping hours, for a total of 112 waking hours per week. So you're basically working like half of the time you're awake. And the thing is that you're in a position where they can fire you like that.
Oh, yeah.
Are you a MAGA Republican? You better be in the closet about that. You better not talk about being a MAGA Republican.
Well, a lot of bosses are pretty cool with it nowadays.
Well,
Maybe
now it has
2016
changed.
was a different story.
It has changed quite a bit. There's no doubt about that. We have
Yeah, because they feel it in their pocketbook as well, and they see what's happening.
Yes. There is no getting around it. We are back on Smart Money Culture. Oh, no, not yet. We're still on the commercial break there. I'm going to start talking a bit more about the markets once we come back. We went to a commercial 2 minutes ago. I didn't do a good lead in for that. Okay, so what else did I mention in the initial broadcast here? We have the National Guard. Okay, markets are up. Oh, the census. So this is important because the census and then martial law. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the census because people don't realize, and Elon Musk, hats off, of course, to Elon Musk, the great Elon Musk, because he has really been bringing attention, a warrior for all these things, right? So the census is actually set by the number of people that are in the country. It's not set by it's not set by the amount of Americans. It's just the amount of people. I can find it here real quickly. I think boom. No. Well, let's see here. Census. Let's just look at the census. Elon, here he is. Most Americans, and then I asked a question, but anyway, most Americans are still unaware that the census counts all people, including illegal aliens.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So that's another reason why they want it, right? So he says, so that's how they decide how many House seats each state gets. The results in Democrat-controlled states are getting roughly 20 more House seats, which is another strong incentive for them not to deport the illegals. This is a big scam here, guys. Big, big, big scam. So 20 House seats. With 20 more House seats, how in the world are Americans, or would you say Republicans, I guess, supposed to retain a majority? Right? I mean, is it impossible to retain a majority? And that's when I start to get a little bit like, I don't know, guys. I mean, this ship might have sailed. But I also don't really believe that people have the stomach these days to deport everybody. Will 20 new House seats in Democrat states tip the balance of power? I think it will. Don't you?
That's the plan, of course. Otherwise, they wouldn't want them nearby. The same way Martha's Vineyard didn't want anybody living there.
Oh yeah, that was something else, right? No. We're fine.
We have all these empty bedrooms, but no one can stay there.
We're gonna find a nice spot for them. Don't worry.
Put them right here where we need this population of people.
Yes. And we don't even have Martha's Vineyard. Yeah. Exactly, David. Welcome back to the show on Smart Money Culture TV. You're watching the Porter Brothers Show. We have our show in the morning at 5 a.m. Local time in Texas, Impact Money. We also have, of course, the Porter Brothers on here every day at 11 a.m. So one of the ways that we fight back is to get out of the U.S. dollar. I mentioned Global Boost, but at Cost Metals, we've launched now at costmetals.com. Enrollment code or enrollment ID clubs. Buy gold, silver, palladium, platinum at cost. So that's the other way you get out of this scam. You don't want to pay. Go ahead.
No, the best prices that you're going to find on your gold coins and your silver coins. You're not going to beat the price.
You're not going to beat the price of at cost. At cost is at cost. So, that's another way that you get out of this cycle. This cycle that you're in here, where you have no recourse, right? You have you go to buy a 12-pack of Bud Light that used to cost $10 and now it costs $20, and you have no other choice but to buy it. Now you do have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
At Cost Metals has launched. Buy gold and silver at cost. There is no better hedge of inflation. Now, if you want to get into crypto, of course, I'm going to get into that in a second. Crypto, of course, you can make a ton of money. Now, gold may, of course, double. Gold could go to 10,000. Gold could go to 10,000 so fast it makes everyone's head spin. Totally possible. It should happen. They're keeping the price of these things down.
Yeah.
Paper.
It's all about that one day when things really crash that your gold is going to be through the roof.
It's going to be through the roof. But it may just hedge against inflation.
Well, exactly. You're going to be, buying things for pennies on the dollar with your gold.
Yes. To at costmetals.com, use referral ID clubs. Has launched. Stop paying the inflation tax. which is really a tax. I could get going on that, but I'm not going to. We're already near the end of this this broadcast. So that's what they're doing. Let's talk a little bit about crypto. Crypto is pretty exciting. What's going on here? We have really just exploding, and this has to do with what is going on with your dollars. You can see here, nice move. Even in the last hour, while we've been on the show, Bitcoin has been pumping. Bitcoin is pumping up 1% on the daily, up nearly 12% on the 7-day. I mean, these are big numbers, guys. These are big numbers. Look at that. The mighty Bitcoin up over 12%. And that's really nice to watch. We have, of course, here as well, Ethereum is on a major tear, up 15% on the week. Again, this went up in the last hour as well, following Bitcoin. The mighty Bitcoin. SHIB holding some gains up over 10% on the day, jumping around a bit. A lot of energy going into that one. The SHIB whiff hat. A lot of these meme coins, they can be a lot of fun. They can be a lot of fun, and they can move very fast.
Oh, man, they move fast.
They move fast. They move fast.
And these ones are easy. If you see it bouncing up and over a penny and under a penny, I mean, you just find your entry point and then you'll be ready to go.
You'll be ready to go, David says.
When it moves fast, it moves fast.
When it moves fast, it moves fast. That's right. 47. Then we have here as well some of the other ones here. Let's take a look at that. You know, when you see a rising tide lifts all ships, right? So when Bitcoin goes up like that, 1% in 1 hour, BNB up 7, almost 8% on the day. Look at that chart.
How's our friend CZ?
He's doing good, you know. I mean, poor guy, he's got to go to jail, right?
Nah.
I think so.
I don't think so.
And that's what I said. Maybe they're still wrangling. Totally possible. He is CZ, the king of crypto.
Right? I mean, give the guy a break.
Give the guy a break, you know? I agree. Give him a break. XRP looking nice as well. Now, when we talk about these ones, it's also important to remember, guys, that the old blockchains, Global Boost, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Digibyte.
You mean like before smart contracts?
Yes. Not tokens. The proof of work changed. And that's why Bitcoin, one of the reasons why Bitcoin is so expensive, because they can't seize it, they can't freeze it. They can't take it by court order. If you have some and you're hiding it somehow, remember the seed phrase in your head. They cannot be stopped, can't be frozen, can't be taken. Something in the world that has never existed before. This has never existed in the history of the world. Something like this. And so it's pretty interesting. So keep that in mind as we move forward here. But making money, some of these other coins are really
all day.
Huh?
I said, making money, I would go meme coins.
Cardano up over 3.5% over 3%, moving nicely, man. I'll tell you what, that Cardano has been up and down and all around. 7 days, about like Bitcoin. They're almost 12%. 1 month, 1 year. Yeah, I was gonna say 100%. It was down below 10 cents down here.
Right.
That's not showing it, but anyway, that's where it was. And if you're at 125% up at that price, then that's what that means.
Yeah.
So
Cardano is a good one.
Charles Hoskinson, of course, one of the founders of Ethereum, started that. The Doggy coin, the Doge coin, down a little bit here on the day, but up on the hour. Real strong community here. Really strong.
Best. They're the best community.
They're amazing. I think the both of them, the SHIB community. You see SHIB has come up right behind him here. Look at that. So you want to talk about meme coins. Look at that, guys. Number 9 and number 10.
Yeah.
Doggy coin or Doge coin, as they want to call it, and Shiba Inu. Says a lot, man.
Yeah, they did a lot for the community, and they got some big whales roaming around those charts.
I mean, it's rumored that Elon Musk owns 30% of Doge Doggy coin. Shiba Inu, when that one started, they gifted, I don't know if it was a ton of Shiba Inu to the Ethereum founder, whose name escapes my mind at the moment.
Right.
Yeah. And that was their initial deal. Did you lose me? Did you lose my video?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where am I? Gone.
Yeah. Your audio's here.
My audio is here, but my video is gone.
It has been
buggy. It has been buggy today.
Right.
Yes.
We're coming up on the top of the hour here. So I would like to remind you that you have full control of how you react to everything.
Gremlins are in the code. They're in the code today. They know the State of the Union is happening. So it's pretty interesting. Well, we're going to bring it to you. We're going to talk about it some more. David, thanks again for joining today on the Porter Brothers. We'll be back on Smart Money Culture on your TV networks in Texas and Louisiana tomorrow at 5 a.m. local time, 6 a.m. on the East Coast. Of course, in London, UTC time, 11 a.m. See you tomorrow.
That's right. 2-a-day updates, Monday through Friday, baby.
Your voice is powerful. When combined with social engagement, it's a force for change. Decentralized media paired with free speech is the catalyst for an empowered world and a unified, invaluable ecosystem. Join Global Boost, become a champion of free speech, and help to reshape the future of media.